सभी को। वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल एंड इफ यू आर न्यू हियर प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब। आज का दिन बड़ा खास है क्योंकि आज हम लोग पेंट करने जा रहे हैं, कोई और नहीं, हमारे श्री लालजू श्री राधा रमन लाल जी, जो कि एक दिव्य रूप है श्री कृष्ण का ही। This painting is not just about colors or techniques. It's about love, surrender, and devotion. So, if you are watching, whether you are an artist or just someone who loves Krishna, I hope this video brings you some peace and joy. Don't forget to subscribe and support the channel. It means a lot. Please like and comment and share your views on this. As I begin, I always say a small prayer in my heart. I ask Krishna to guide my hands and let his form flow through the brush. Starting with the outline, I keep reminding myself, this isn't just art, it's seva. राधा रमन का अर्थ होता है श्री राधा के प्रेमी, यानी कि रमन। इसीलिए इनका नाम है श्री राधा रमन। We will start the coloring process with the peacock feather. For me, the peacock feather is not just a decoration, it's a beautiful reminder of Radharaman ji's playful and divine nature. I began with the base layer of blue and now we will add green. I am using Dome's watercolor tubes, which are great for beginners too. They blend softly and are affordable. Now, little by little, we will add brown color and create the structure of the peacock feather using strokes and create more depth. The problem that arises in using watercolor is that we can't able to control the flow and consistency of water and the paint in it. So I will suggest to go with layering process, layering technique. Layering helps control depth, add softness, especially when painting divine figures or realistic paintings. Now I am moving on to the turban. I have chosen a warm mustard yellow shade to give it a royal but simple look. I first fill in the base layer with a smooth wash, and while it's still damp, I add gentle shading using ochre and brown tones to show the folds. Now I will add the details of the turban using the brown color, burnt umber. The turban sits so beautifully on him. It gives a regal touch, but also so intimate, like something tied lovingly by a devotee. As you can see, I am adding colors again and again in the feathers. Because we have to work on the layer, and whenever the first layer get dried, we will add the colors again. Here, I am starting with the jewelry, one of the most detailed and intricate parts of this painting. I begin by outlining the lotus-shaped earring with a yellow color to add the gold finish to it, then working on the nose ring and his. If you haven't liked and subscribed till yet, please hit the like and subscribe button now. Guys, I love this part because the jewelry brings a divine glow to the painting. You can literally see how glowing he is looking just by coloring the jewelry part, his earring. So now we will work on the other jewelries. I begin by laying down a golden yellow base for all the ornaments, necklace, bangles, earrings. Here I am using yellow ochre with chrome yellow hue, which gives a gold finish to it and make it realistic. Using a fine brush, I add tiny black dots to mimic pearl and garlands and shine to make it look so realistic. Just like how I painted the earrings, we will now do the same process again with all the other ornaments. We will now work on the necklace part, and here you can see I am using the same yellow color. Again add the colors and tiny jewelry essence over the cloth like brooches and pendants to make it more vibrant and divine. also paint the pearls using tiny white and blue dots with a very thin brush. It's almost like dressing up Thakurji for darshan. Every touch feels like seva. Now let's move to the clothes. I have chosen a beautiful shade of pink for his vastra. I start with a diluted pink base and softly brush across the fabric to create the base layer. Here I am using a thin brush which is taking a lots of time, but I will suggest you to take a little thick brush or a round brush to make the work faster. You only need to add the base layer, so it will be easy to use the round brush or a thick brush to go with the base layer. Once the base layer dries, I go in with deeper pink and hints of red to build the folds and flow. This part really brings life and movement into the painting. After the first layer dries, I go back to add shadows and highlights. I use darker tones around the inner folds and edges and leave the central areas lighter. This gives the illusion of depth and transparency, like the cloth is dancing with light. Using watercolor, we have to maintain the shadow and highlights of the painting. Here I am adding the little shadows and which create the depth of the painting, making it more vibrant and realistic. Now I begin painting the skin tone. I use a combination of grays and a very dark black to create a soft yet divine complexion. Painting his face is always the most delicate part. His eyes, so full of charm, yet they hold something so deep. I always feel like I am not painting them, I am being watched by them. You can see I have gone from layer to layer, not directly painting the black layer. So you have to go layer by layer, and I suggest you to go by the lighter shade to darker shade, which will help you to maintain the shadows and highlights of the painting, and you will know where you have to add shadows. Water control is really important here, so I dab my brush lightly to avoid hard edges. After completing the base layer of the face, we will now repeat the same process with the hands. After the first layer dries, I slowly build up the darker layer and start working on the next layer of the painting. Here you can see I am using the second layer and adding more darker shade of black. Don't worry, when the black color dries up, it will be okay. While working on the second layer, we have to notice the highlights of the painting. See, here I am leaving some parts of the hands to show the highlight. I slowly build up the darker areas around the edges and keep the inner areas slightly lighter to bring volume and form. If you have any doubts or questions related to my painting, you can just ask in the comment section. I will try to answer each and every one. Next, I move to the face. I always paint the eyes with full concentration because for me, the eyes carry the soul of the painting. I am using a thin round brush here. Next, I am working on the nose part. Here again we have to save the highlights, and the nose, mouth and cheeks are then shaded very lightly with diluted black tones, just enough to save the face without losing softness. Here I am so sorry because the camera got turned off and I was so lost in the painting that I forgot to check the camera. Now I am refining all the edges, bringing out the sparkle in the jewelry, softening the shadows in the cloth, and adding delicate lines to the eyes and lips. Even a single stroke at this stage makes a big difference. It's not just about finishing the painting, it's about feeling that connection. It's hard to describe, but there is a kind of inner peace that comes when you are doing something with love for Krishna. Even the tiniest detail, the jewelry, the smile, the background, I want it all to feel like an offering. Not perfect, but pure. Now I will work and refine all the details again in the flute and make it more realistic and vibrant. I am beginning to add the background. I have chosen a very soft grey, just enough to give the feeling of space. The color is light and gentle because I want all the focus to remain on Shri Radharaman. I am not adding too much detail here, just a soft wash, some texture, enough to hold the composition together. Sometimes it's the quietest part of a painting that brings the most peace. And this background to me is that quiet moment where nothing else needs to be said, just his presence is enough. keeping the strokes soft and slow, letting the brush move naturally. It will help in giving a smooth finish, and again I am using some water to blend it naturally and to achieve the smooth finish. I am adding some white paint to make the highlights more natural. I forgot to add this part of the turban, so here right now I am adding it. Thank you so much for staying till the end. This painting of Radharaman ji is very close to my heart, and sharing it with you is a blessing. Let me know in the comments what do you feel when you look at Krishna. If you like this, please subscribe, like and share with someone who might need a little Krishna in their day.